I'd like you all sitting right there to meet my man Steve and his wife with ginger hair. They're both quite different, this you will see. She's an accountant and Steve, he is free. A dreamer he is, he'll do it his way, but the ginger, of course, with the rules she must play. One day while watching the googly box, Steve developed a look much like a fox. "I'm building a house," he said, all impressed. "Calm down, you idiot, I'm trying to rest." Calm down he did not, for his mind was a flutter, but he needed her help or he'd be in the gutter. After some time with minor persuading, the ginger gave in as daylight was fading. He'd been up all night and had done a design. "It may be rough, but it'll be fine. I've considered my options and am happy with these. For an initial concept, I'm sure it will please. Off to the bank, there's no time to waste. It's 1 a.m, I'm sure there's no haste." He waits at the door with papers in tow. He yells at the sun, "Wake up, we must go." He must get his funding, if not it's a crime. "I'm off to the bank, 'cause now it is time. I'm building a house," he says to the man. "Give me the money I need for my plan." The bankman looks over the papers in front, then nods his head and says yes with a grunt. They take the money and leave in a hurry, only to be stopped by a contract holding Murray.
"If it adds value, you'll get your cash. If I don't get reports, I'm keeping this stash. Every month you must tell me what's this and what's what. Or I'm sorry to say, your funding will stop."
Architects and builders they go to next. Building a house can be quite complex. Bathroom fixtures and kitchen tiles, the list goes on for miles and miles. I'll tell you a secret, he's not been a scringer. He's purchased some things and not told the ginger. Unfortunately for him, she later finds out. "Spent money, no stuff," she begins to shout. "We must tell the bank, the rules were quite clear. Match the money to the value, there's no value here. A prepayment, you see, is just cash in advance. An accrual, by contrast, is the opposite stance." With a slap on the wrist and a boot up the rear, it's time to start building, but take much more care. "Lay the foundation, build me some walls. There's so much to do, I must make some calls. More people are needed, a sparky, a plumber. I'm losing my mind, I'm glad I'm not dumber." Poor old Steve was again in trouble. He'd lost control of his wee money bubble. "Shamoozle, shamoozle, this house is a mess. It's out of control, to this I confess." The net connection was paid for all funny, not from our stash, but the bank's dirty money. With a palm to her face, the ginger is drained. I really did think I had this explained. For added value the bank will pay. They must have an asset, they can sell it, they say. The net connection is for you and me, to use Google, Facebook and stream TV. It adds value to our everyday lives, but the contract is ours, not the new buyers. So if we sold tomorrow, the net contract would end. The price would not increase despite our big spend. With lessons learned, it's back to the home, but with watchful eye the ginger doth roam. Many months passed, it took them so long. Let's be glad nothing else went wrong. Now the house is finished with all that's said and done. We sit down with friends and recant how we won. The ups, the downs, the all-abouts, from hammer to nail to paperwork trail, they've done it all, they've finished the lot. It's time to enjoy the house on their plot.
Do your accruals and prepayments, I say thee, for if you do not, it's the ginger you'll see.
She's really quite nice, like a spar at the Med, but push her too far, and it's off with your head.